Welcome back to the Pit in Lyons. Mark Stroud, I'm WSAV's Ken Slatz, our post-game show here. And, well, the Johnson Adams Smashers, a valiant effort on the road, unfortunately falling to Toombs County, and the Bulldogs just showing patience and sticking with a game plan in the end.
Well, like we said, we knew we were going to see a dose of Jamar Smith all second half, and we did. And they didn't panic. Coach Guy didn't panic. He's a veteran coach. He came out and he does what they do. And they ran the football. I know they had over 50 rushes tonight. They controlled the clock. They controlled tempo, and they were able to punch it in when they had to. The defense came up with big plays. Yeah,
definitely the defense did come up with big plays when they needed to. That brings us to our WSAV Thursday Night Blitz play of the game. And, well, I don't think there's any doubt to this one. There were a few big players in the first half, but the one that really, really got the job done would be in the second half. And we saw a lot of yardage out of Jamar Smith. And, well, let's check out the play of the game. And this one going for 67 yards. And that indeed is the big back. We'll see if we can get that. Here it is, the post-game show. And here is the play of the game. Actually, there we go. Right. Now we got it. Here we go. Quarterback Jordan Usher. And this one will be ripped for 67 yards. Take us through this.
Yeah, this was about 4 minutes to go in the ball game. Toombs just got the ball back. Simple belly play to Jamar. Great blocking on the offensive line. And then you see he hit special backs hit different gears. He hit a special gear, and he pulled away from him, and he did what he did best. I mean, he is a beast. He's hard to bring down. You can't just, you can't hit him high. You got to hit him low. And like I said, Coach Guy stuck to the game plan, and exactly what they did. It produced and got the win.
We saw Deshaun Morris rip a few long runs in the first half. We had a feeling that Jamar Smith was primed to rip one away because he continued to trench and get yards after yards, and he finally got the job done. What we're going to do is we're going to take another break here. Head coach Lyman Guy of the Toombs County Bulldogs will come up to talk about tonight's win. We'll be right back with more on the postgame show on the WSAV Thursday Night Blitz Game of the Week. And welcome back to the post-game show of the Thursday Night Blitz Game of the Week. The Toombs County Bulldogs picking up a win at home, coming from behind, winning 26-21 over Johnson. Of course, Mark Stroud. I'm Ken Slatz, head coach Lyman Guy joining us. And, well, Coach, it's your first game here as the head football coach after leading Richmond Hill for 4 years. Your thoughts on your team's performance? I think your first words were we got some work to do, but a win's a win to open things up.
Well, win is, but we certainly have a long ways to go. We're not real satisfied where we're at this point. And saying that, I feel like we're capable of being a little better than what we were tonight. Not taking anything from Johnson. Johnson's a very good football team, very athletic. But we were shooting ourselves in the foot a good bit. And we got a young team, but we got to grow up. It's time to grow up.
Coach, we always talked about offense a lot tonight with Jamar, but talk about your defense a little bit. They really came up and started playing big for you. You survived the first quarter or the first half of the first quarter, and then talk about how well they played.
I thought the defense is going to be our strength this year. I think the defense will continue to be our strength. We have just to continue to take care of the ball on offense, maybe sustain a few drives, but our defense, as coaching staff and coaches, they do such a great job, and we feel like that will be a strength this year.
Coach Guy, that brings us to our performance of the game, and that, of course, would be by big number 22, Jamar Smith. We have him for 25 carries, 205 yards, 3 touchdowns. He got off to a rough start, 2 carries, -1 yards were Johnson's defense, but you started to wear them down, and a big 67-yard run as well. Talk about what he did, and, well, not only offensively, but he plays a big part of your defense as well.
He does, and we're going to have to be a little smarter in the future with Jamar. We've got to make sure we utilize him in the correct way. We're going to have to – he does a great job. However, I do tell him with his mediocre talent and my superior coaching ability, we can still do great things. But, it's nice to have a guy that can break 3 or 4 tackles. But we've got to have an offense executing a little better. Sometimes he's the decoy as much as he is the guy that totes the ball. And we've got to utilize that as well. And we got to have some guys come in there and give him a breather because he plays both sides of the ball. It just takes a lot of wear and tear.
Well, Coach, thank you very much. We're going to impromptu here. Jamar, come on over. We got him up to the booth. We're going to bring him on in here. Mark Stroud is along with me, and Jamar Smith will come into our tight quarters here in the press box. But we had him come up here. We can't bring him down. Step back here, Jamar. Talk about the performance that you had for tonight's game. It wasn't pretty, but you did what you got to do as a running back and just continue to gain yardage.
Yes, I really just went out there and just went out there for my team. I had to go both ways. So, I had to go out there and do my job on both sides of the ball, and I really just got it done for my team. We got the W.
We got you over 200 yards. I tried to keep stats as I did play-by-play, so we'll see how accurate I am. But talk about what you thought you performed and how you want to start that season. I know you mentioned to me earlier in the week that you want to rushed for 2,500 yards. We have you for 200 or so. Your thoughts on what you wanted to do as a leader out there as well?
Really, I just want to get out there and pump my team up, tell them to keep their heads up, man. Adversity, I mean, really, when we're down, we just got to fight back hard like we did tonight. We came back and just won the game, really.
Well, Jamar, thank you very much. We'll let you go. We'll sneak you out of here. We do appreciate you coming by for the post-game show. And, Mark, final thoughts here as, we saw a very good football game down to the final play of the game. Really, Johnson just couldn't sustain that.
Yeah, it was just one of those games where, Johnson, they got to get over the hump.
Right.
They got to be able to, when you
learn how to win.
Down,
could that be
learn how to win and sustain it. And but you know what? Credit to Toombs County, Coach Guy. They came in. They did what they do. That's what they do, and they were very successful.
We can't thank you enough for joining us in the booth. Next week,
thank you very
Seth
much.
Harp will join me back. And we can't thank Dan Flaxer and Jerry Perlman leading our entire crew here at the WSAV Thursday Night Blitz Game of the Week. Everybody did a great job from audio to video to replay to the whole shebang, as we call it. So for all of us here in Lyons, Georgia, once again, your final score, 26-21. Toombs County beating Johnson. For Mark Stroud, I'm Ken Slatt saying good night from Lyons.